Maybe some of the people who heard Jesus had been the people who passed by on the other side of the road. Because, it's a dangerous road. We all know this. And 10 to 1, he's just faking it anyway. Because that rock outcropping looks like a really great place for bandits to hide. And they probably stationed him down there to look like he was like he was dying so that we'd stop and then they can rob us. No way. I'm not getting into that. If I stop, they'll attack me too. Which is really not all that different from, those homeless people by the highway are all scammers. I've heard that they get picked up in Mercedes and they stay the night at the hotel eating room service off of the money that they get from our hard work. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving anything to them. And okay, so I know some of them really are homeless because there's a camp in the woods. But they got themselves into their own trouble by drugs or bad choices or whatever, and it's not my job to rescue them from their choices. If I give them money, they're probably just going to use it for drugs or booze. There are shelters for those people, and that's all they need. I don't have a responsibility here. Of course, there are some holes in this argument. Some people have made big mistakes, and some of those mistakes are things that make them ineligible to be in a shelter. So yeah, they've made mistakes, some people. Does that mean that they don't deserve the basic necessities of human existence? And of course, if we start thinking that they're all scammers, do we really think that a bunch of people are standing outside in 100-degree heat all day or below freezing sleet thinking they're going to get rich? It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Maybe some people who heard Jesus thought, I get that I have a responsibility to this guy, but I have other responsibilities too, and I have to put those first. I have a family, I have a faith community that's counting on me, and I have to prioritize. I can't do everything. Which sounds an awful lot like, I'm already up to my ears in pro-life work, praying outside Planned Parenthood, calling legislators, lobbying on abortion. I can't work with the homeless. I can't advocate for more equitable funding. I can't try to sway my legislators on these things for equitable funding for inner city schools in order to try to help people out of poverty. I can't work for just immigration laws. Somebody else is going to have to do that because I am already maxed out. Except that we as a church are very focused on abortion. So if all of us are focused on abortion, who's left to do that other work? And finally, I think a faithful Jewish person walking that Jericho road might see that guy and say, is he Jewish? Because if he's not even a citizen of my nation, then he's not my problem at all. And I doubt anybody needs me to connect that to modern life. The thing is, some of these arguments actually have some truth to them. We can't do everything. We do have to prioritize our responsibilities. But the truth in these arguments also has to be balanced by generosity and mercy. To live intentionally as a neighbor means we have to be aware. We have to discern when our qualms are actually from God and when it's time to set aside all of that worldly wisdom and just give without counting the cost, like it says in Matthew chapter 10, without cost you have received, without cost you are to give.